It's August 15th, 2025. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A fabulous Friday ahead. Jeremy Lambert is here, and later on, he is going to open up an envelope with a bunch of numbers, and I recommend you get some lotto tickets based on those numbers.
I mean, I guess so. I didn't think it was that big of a. I don't know. I'm right all the time, Joel. It's it's not anything new that I'm just correct. I'm always correct.
It is common that you're correct. I also someone here is saying Joel in New Space, so we'll tackle that in a second. To the point where I was looking at a camera that's ahead of me, almost to address that camera, but I'm actually here today, so I'm all messed up. But I got you. You know what? It may be obvious to you, but not to everyone. What tomorrow brings, but for some reason you just happen to know where everything, Jeremy, all knowing. For better or worse.
I get you don't understand this, Joel, because you're always wrong. Use the hashtag Joel is wrong. But yes, I'm always correct with things. And I don't like to brag about being correct. That's kind of a lie. I don't like to brag about being correct because it just happens so often that it gets, act like you've been there before. You know what I mean? Like, scored a lot of touchdowns in my career, scored a lot of points in my career. And I got to celebrate every time I score.
I'm pretty sure we've done the humble gimmick on this particular channel way too many times. This website has done the whole humble thing. We don't need it.
Yeah, I'm so humble. My apple crumble is the most crumblest.
You gonna come out tonight and challenge John Cena in his hometown?
Is Cena not advertised for this show? Is he?
I don't know if he is. It would make sense for him to be, but also I guess maybe they want to build up for Boston in December.
Yeah, I guess
it's where my brain would be. It's like, well, let's not give him SmackDown. Let's give him the other show that we're going to put on in December.
He's in Ireland next week. Yeah, he's not advertised for this show, so I assume he's not going to be on the show. They like advertising John Cena, so
he'll probably, what they'll do? They'll play the music, and Logan Paul's going to come out.
Yeah,
that's what you're going to get. And then Cody Rhodes is going to make the save, and then Drew's going to come in and beat him down, and then we're going to get a 2-on-1 handicap match. And you know how it ends? In a way that means we don't talk about SmackDown on Monday.
I don't think we're going to get a John Cena match here.
Oh no! I'm saying it'll be Cody versus those two.
Cody versus
they'll do a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Nah, they won't do a handicap match.
I know.
When's
as
the last
long
time
as the
they've done a handicap match?
The problem is you've got babyface GMs now, so you can't book a handicap match unless you're putting the heels at a disadvantage, which looks really stupid.
Yeah, they're not going to do a handicap match.
Silly. We'll see. You know what's not silly, Jeremy? Leaving a thumbs up on this video. Pyro, ballyhoo, the whole 9 yards. We don't like pyro in real life, but we love pyro on this website. We love pyro on these videos. When they show up, we love them. Why did this is a whole thing. Wait, I can do this now, can't I? Can I?
Yours is working about as well as me. Who has 4 thumbs and can't get shit to work today?
This is great. There it is. You just had to smile.
Yeah, usually it's a smile. I just don't like smiling.
I get it. No, we got the pyro, baby. We did it. Go ahead, leave a thumbs up, support the pyro, and of course, subscribe to the channel because we're here 5 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern, doing this show. Myself, Jeremy, and SP3 as well on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Who knows? We could be doing that 3-day-a-week thing very soon, or we could be doing that 3-man rotation very soon. We'll talk about that in a sec. We'll get to it. Hold on. But also, you can donate to Super Chat. Today's the last day where you can donate a Super Chat, and all proceeds are going to the Canadian Cancer Society ahead of tonight's C4 Wrestling Fighting Back show, which, by the way, is officially sold out. They sold their final tickets this morning. Very excited. I'm going to be there along with a lot of other pals. If you see me, know me, notice me, whatever, you want to say hi, come along and say hi. I'm always down to say hello. Don't do anything else, though. Just say hello and walk away. Unless you got $20.
You just got $20?
If you got 20, no, I said if you get $20. If you got $20, we'll donate it. That's fine.
Give you $20?
Give me $20, which I will then donate to the Canadian Cancer Society. Okay. I'm now taking my meet and greet fee, which doesn't exist, and using it as a means to make more money for the Canadian Cancer Society to donate.
Do you sign autographs, Joel?
For an additional $5, making a total of
No.
5 for a photo and autograph, I will do that and donate the proceeds to the Canadian Cancer Society.
Okay. All
If
right.
I'm gonna be a dick, I may as well be a nice.
I mean, bad dick. Nobody wants a bad dick, so
Nobody
yeah,
wants a
that
dick.
makes
Everyone
sense.
wants a nice dick. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. And while you're at it, you can donate those super chats, like I said, and get us moving closer to donating that money today to the Canadian Cancer Society. Louis kicks us off saying, "Joel looking spiffy." Thank you. I got this new shirt yesterday, and I said I was going to wear it today, so I did. Got into Ottawa. That's where I'm at. I'm in Ottawa for the show. So this new location is my remote setup. I'm at my mom's house. Don't tell anyone.
Wow.
Yeah, don't tell
Wow.
people. I know it's not a hotel.
Nah.
Nope, nothing fancy.
It's fine.
It's great. Shouty in the chat.
You need a cooler background though. You just got like the blurred background. You should live your life a quarter mile at a time.
I thought about it, and then I didn't do it.
Cowardly.
We're gonna move this room around. This used to be my dad's office, and now I'm just like, we can move things over here, and we can get rid of things there, and it's like we're trying to figure it out. But like, there's a window there. I'd like to put the desk over by the window because that would be nice.
You don't. It's not like you go there every week. What are you doing?
Oh, usually once a quarter.
Okay. Let your mom decide it how she wants to.
Oh no, we talked about that. She's putting that in my capable hands.
Nah, that seems like a mistake. Let me talk to your mother.
Nobody is talking to my mother.
Why does
you stay away?
She wants to be on the show, right?
Kimmy just texted me completely misunderstanding what I meant with the combo. It's not $5. I'm addressing you directly, Kimmy. It's not $5 for the combo. It's $25 for a combo of an autograph and a photo. Is this why the con circuit is so bad for you? Because you can't add? Is this a math problem that we need to discuss? Sorry, we're not bringing my mom into this thing. No, not at all.
It's Chris Jericho's biggest fan's birthday. As Joel takes a drink of water, as I just gave a one-line answer where he thought I was going to talk longer.
Well, that's just what happens. Well, I thought maybe we were going to say it's not because it may be her birthday and happy birthday, but also it's not Chris Jericho's birthday, so the birthday is not as important.
Well, yeah, but she's his biggest fan. So, hold on one second, Joel. I'll be back in a second.
Oh, okay. You think? Whoa, wow! I could probably do the other one. Oh, where's the other setup? There it is. Okay. You think maybe Chris Jericho is going to reach out to our pal for her big day? Everybody say happy birthday, Kimmy. All right, would you? Hey, while we're at it, let's get another super chat. Live Blast sending a, what is that? Thumbs up? What is that? Tiny computer screen. I swear to God. Thank you, Live Blast, for the super chat. So yeah, the plan is to be, while I'm in Ottawa, going to C4. I don't know what I'm doing today for the rest of the day. I'm going to hang out with my mom. Does anyone else hang out with your parents? Do you do that? Sometimes. Do it while you can. Where's Jeremy? He's coming back. He had to take care of something. He always returns. And yeah, right. hang out with your family. That's the crux of this conversation.
I wasn't hanging out with family. I had to take care of a ex issue.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
good.
No, but
I do enjoy the it was the EO Sky emote. That's what Live Blast sent us. He sent a super chat that has the EO Sky doing that.
It's a taunt. Why do we call them emotes? It's why it's a taunt.
It's something. Is it a taunt?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess so, but also it's like a. What do they?
We didn't call when Steve Austin flipped people off an emote. He taunted people with it.
Could you imagine 1999?
Like,
get your Stone Cold Steve Austin emoticon. Him drinking a beer.
Like, come on. I understand. Like, we gotta get hip with the new terms and stuff, but let's also not lose the ancient text here. It's a taunt, not an emote. People.
Wordsmith, Jeremy Lambert. What's Big E? He's an etymologist. Someone who studies words.
Etymologist.
Is that the word? Was it an etymologist?
I don't think that's a word person, is it?
Yeah, it is etymology.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Ken Bruno sends a super chat saying, "By God, the Texas Wrestling just emoted all over the place."
So Jack Perry's gonna do when he returns. He's gonna
Oh,
emote
so
all
exciting.
over the arena.
I love that. So this story with what was it when you did this whole thing that led to Jack Perry's return in New Japan, and I piped in with New Jack Perry Wrestling. Can I tell
Yeah.
you, I was on a bus when I did that. I was literally just getting off the bus to come home, and I jumped in on you guys for a second because it was it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday, and we were waiting for stuff on Tuesday. So I was checking in just to see what was going on. And when you did that whole bit, I was like, "Oh, I know where it's going, and I already have an idea."
Everyone knew where it was going, but it still gotta, hit the high spots. There was it Tuesday or was it yesterday? I don't know. I did
Tuesday.
one. I did one yesterday too. So I've always got a Jack Perry return angle when it needs to happen. Yeah, I get very loud and very boisterous, expressing my desire to see Jack Perry return, and so the wife has to like turn the show down if the kids are around. She's don't need the kids being like, "Why is Jeremy talking about jacking off on the show?"
To which you say, "Why aren't you talking about it more?"
Yeah, like, well, kids, there's this really great wrestler who we want him to jack off of everybody. There's no great explanation for this.
I can't wait until we get Jack Perry on this show.
Man, when Jack Perry comes on the show, it's gonna be bigger than Blake Chris should be on the show. Maybe
it'll be an explosion.
It's gonna be close. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be edging ourselves all week for that one.
Yeah.
You think he's ever been told about this bit? I really
absolutely
hope he has.
Not. I absolutely not. God, I hope not. I hope no one knows about this bit. Like I
hope more people know about. I hope everybody hears the silly shit that we do.
No, I don't need anybody knowing about this stuff. Like that sounds terrible.
Well, you know what? I was thinking about this the other day. I would rather be the show where these crazy, silly ideas get clipped and posted than be the show where it's like rage bait conversation or rage bait commentary. No, I was getting to that. I'd rather us be a beacon for funny, hilarious, like funny and stupid content that's also wrestling based in some ways. I'd rather we be known for that. And for also being smart, because that would be nice to be at least known as somewhat intelligent in our sphere. But like at the end of the day, to be known for being not some asshole who just says whatever they want for engagement.
So you don't want to be busted open.
I was trying not to say it out loud.
Man, I felt bad for Natalia yesterday. I watched that clip of she's asked about Mercedes having her own locker room and her comments. So for those that missed it, Mercedes was on MVP's podcast, which is a really good interview. Mercedes did not say she was offered a 5-year deal. Apparently people can't listen / pay attention to who's speaking. Idiots. But she was asked about like the locker room and everything, and she made just the joke of like, I got my own locker room, ha ha ha, and which is true, but she just played off of like she's a heel and everything, but she's like, the locker room's so great. Like when I hang out with the girls, there's great camaraderie, and everybody wants to be the best. And like if you don't want to be the best, then there's somebody who is willing to take that spot and everything. It was a fine answer. Like it wasn't anything. It was a rah answer from someone who's in the locker room. It wasn't anything. The part where she said like it's night and day between the WWE locker room and the AEW locker room. Like I fully believe that. The last time she was in the WWE locker room was during the pandemic. That probably sucked. So I completely understand where she's coming from with that. But it was again, to me, like it was an answer because I got to write an article on that answer. I'm like, all right, that's fine, whatever. But then Natalia gets asked about this, and it's like, and I'm busted open, and Greca just kept pressing on it of well, don't you think it's wrong that she has her own locker room? She talks about camaraderie, but she has her own locker room. Like, don't you think she wants to be amongst the girls? Like, don't you think it's a little off-putting? And Natalia's like trying to just be nice about things. Like, she doesn't, because I don't think Natalya has anything bad to say, first off, when it comes to this. And I don't think Natalya wants to say anything bad either. Like, Natalya, they're friends. She still talks to seemingly, she calls her Sasha. So it seemed like they keep in touch to an extent. Mercedes was at the dungeon at some point over the past year, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm
whether
making that
like
up.
publicly or privately. Yes.
Yeah. So like Natalia's not going to say anything. Natalia's not somebody who's going to say anything bad about anybody in the first place, much less a friend of hers. Like she was just trying to navigate that answer of, you know, like I'm not in that locker room. You know, when I was in the locker room with her, she was always this, this, and this. Like, I don't know how they feel. Like, but it was just such a clear, like, baiting answer out there and like just trying to press upon like please say something bad about Mercedes saying she has her own locker room. And it's like a lot of people got their own locker room. A lot of people got their own buses. Like, what are we doing?
I was gonna say, like, all of the ones who have buses have access to either their own private or semi-private space. So why are we playing this game? That's like Natty could have, if she wasn't, you know, employed by WWE and trying to be a positive figure who doesn't just talk shit. She could have said like Roman, John, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. Like you could have all these people. They either have their own locker room or they have a bus or a combination of both. Why is this a problem? Why is it a problem that top stars in a company have a space of their own where they can get their business done while still being part of the show that they are featured heavily on? Just because they're not integrated fully with a locker room full of people doesn't mean they're not integrated with the locker room full of people. They don't need to physically be there to be physically part of the show or part of the team. I find it a little silly that this needs to be a conversation that's ongoing. It's like, why shouldn't your stars be treated like stars? Why doesn't everyone just get treated like they're on the same level? Shit like that is why WWE only cares about being WWE. They don't care about the stars that they create. And, you know, Rock and Austin were the reason why that whole thing went out the window because of how they got treated after they left or when they decided to take their leverage and say goodbye. So now WWE is so stuck on like, you're the brand, you're the brand, you're the brand. And now all they want you to think about is the brand and not the people who work to build that brand as it is. In AEW, you can argue that they want the brand to succeed, but it feels a little more organic, but they're also treating their stars like they're stars. Moxley is a star. Hangman is a star. Mercedes is a star. Tony Storm's a star. But they're not blown out to a point where you're able to mock them for having a room. The EVPs had rooms. They still do of their own. Cody had his own locker room, and people got weird about that because towards the end of his tenure, you know, there was the story that came from Wade that like some people were going to Cody's locker room and not being allowed into other locker rooms or whatever. Like there was that story, and that became a whole like who should have their own locker room, who should be integrated with the boys and the girls. Who cares? Top stars should have top star locker rooms and top star draw. Give them what they deserve. Why is this why is this an argument, or why is this like a point to be made into an argument? It's silly.
Because they're not amongst the boys. They're not changing with the boys.
But they are amongst the boys. I get the whole not changing with the boys. Sure, but you pay your dues. It's 10,000 hours. This is something that, you know, we talk about in the music world. You practice for 10,000 hours and you play to nobody. So you build up to the point where you get your own locker room as a band. And then you get your own individual locker room because you're stars. And then maybe your band travels in one bus and maybe there's another bus for crew. Maybe you get to the point where your whole band is traveling in individual buses because you bring your family on board. Maybe you just have different friends working in different facets of the music industry and they're working on the tour with you. So you just kind of separate because guess what? You don't need to be around your work buddies 24/7. That can cause rifts too. If Jeremy and I lived together and did this show and like that's the thing, we would absolutely get to that point because we are different people and we operate differently. But because we don't work together on everything and because we don't live together, then the show works. Again, I don't understand this mentality that like you need to be with each other all the time, because like it's not the way it works. And if you think in like football and other sports that other, like the captain doesn't, they change with the team. But if you don't think that they don't have their own spaces that they can kind of go and operate in, or at least share with other people, then I got a bridge to sell you, because it's absurd.
It's just very dumb that they were like trying to press Natty on this when Natty's not there. Ask if you want to ask people who like how they're feeling about it. Like, get Sky Blue on. Like, how do you feel about Mercedes having her own locker room? At least she's there and give you an answer. Like, I don't think Sky Blue is gonna trash Mercedes or anything like that. I'm just saying, at least she's in the locker room and can give you how things feel. By all accounts, anybody that's asked about Mercedes always says she's great, she's helpful, we love having her here. No one says anything about she has her own locker room and is off-putting, and I don't really see her all that much. But if you're going to ask somebody who is actually there about how they feel with Mercedes having her own locker room, trying to bait Natalia into, hey, don't you think Mercedes having her own locker room is not a good thing and doesn't build camaraderie and makes her selfish and stand out in a way that isn't good? Like, Natalia's not there. She doesn't speak for the AEW locker room. She's not in the AEW locker room.
And if they have
ask
a
her how she
problem
feels about Cody having a bus.
Yeah. And so like, again, this is if the situation was that word got out, someone has a locker room and they spend all day in it and they never come out, and they don't come out unless they have to do creative for 3 minutes, and then they're back in their locker room. If they completely shut themselves out from the rest of the talent and from the rest of their teammates, yeah, okay, then you have a conversation. But if the conversation is, oh, she has her own locker room, period, and a sentence, that's a problem. That's not a problem. That's called catering to the people who make you money and giving them opportunities. And I did see in the chatty mean like it's specifically because it's Mercedes, and people love to use Mercedes as a problem child for everything. And listen, was there a time where Mercedes was seen as someone who was difficult to work with backstage? Yes, she was, because she had a certain view of herself, and she had a high vision of herself. Has that completely worked to her favor moving forward? Yes, it has. She has become a very big star in this industry, and she continues to give you top level work rates and top level options. Like, she goes and does the work, and she's proving every time that she's willing to go anywhere to do it if given the opportunity. So I think a lot of the conversation's antiquated, and when we get to the bus and locker room conversation, it's even more silly. The people who get it deserve it. Unless there's clear nepotism, at which point it's a different conversation. which is not in this case.
I don't know.
What's funny, but by the way, what's funny about all this is that when this whole conversation started, I wasn't even talking about the Natty thing. And I'm glad you brought it up. But like, I was talking more about the stupid, the mole to get the, we're going to find the moles and they're feeding fake news to the dirt sheets. Like that comment. And I was like, well, that's stupid. I was like, if you're listening to this guy, give his opinion about moles and dirt sheets on that show, then it's like, all right, go whatever. I think the Mercedes conversation is much more important of a conversation for us on this show, because the other one is just like keep flapping gums.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to the other one. Like,
No.
At least Natalia has a presence, consistent on television, and I just thought it was a baity thing, honestly. Like, it was just if that's your co-host and your friend, why are we pressing on this? Like, there's a point of pressing on certain questions. I get that. This ain't something to press when it comes to it. Why don't you address Brock being back? Not with Natalia. She doesn't make that decision. Why don't you talk about that on the show?
Well, no, they did talk about that, Jeremy.
Did they?
Look how big he looked and how jacked he looked and how surprised everyone was.
I mean, I assumed that was their actual answer, honestly.
That was effectively what they did on
I
the
I
Monday morning.
as I assumed they didn't mention anything at all about why he's been off television for 2 years and what's still an ongoing lawsuit where he is named over 40 times.
I think the number's 44.
Now, as I said, over 40.
I know. Yeah, it's very strange, and yeah, like you said, there was no reason to press someone who works for a different company and also just clearly doesn't care or doesn't seem to want to get into it. Like, why do that? Why press someone on that of all things?
We know why. It's
I know. I know
let's
why.
let's create a headline. Natalia says Mercedes Monet is selfish for having her own locker room. Like that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted.
Well, they got it, but here we are to have the other side of the conversation of why it's
They didn't
weird.
get it because she didn't say it. So
Well, yeah, but I mean the attempt at the conversation, because they did get something out of it. They got people talking about it. They started the talking point, and unfortunately, for starting the talking point, that tends to be enough for people.
yeah,
Especially when it's Mercedes. You mentioned Mercedes, then you get a lot of conversation from all sides. And again, I've made it very clear that sometimes the Mercedes stands can be a lot, but
they love me.
they do love you. That's right. They're ambivalent to me because I understand what Mercedes gives to this business. I understand how much she has done, especially in the last couple of years, how she has positioned herself as top line in business. That being said, any stands can be very hard to handle sometimes. It's like honestly, to a certain degree, it's the cross stuff too. You have a lot of people who are riding for Karrion Kross, and there are other people who very much are not fans of Kross. And for whatever reason, they are so turned off by the discourse and by just the level of support that he's gotten that they don't agree with it, and they're turned off because it's so much, so fast, all over your newsfeed that it's just like, get me away from this. And the similar things happen when you deal with stan accounts or any sort of heavy stan material. So I understand it. I choose not to engage with it.
Just wait until I ask Andy if Mercedes has creative control on Monday.
God bless.
That's gonna be my first question to him. I hope you know that. I hope you're prepared.
I'm well aware for it. I'm well aware. I feel like he's been asked. I know you listen to everything, but like, I feel like he's been asked.
He's been asked about Mercedes. I
Now
don't remember
you
if that was the. Yeah. Does she have creative control? I'm gonna look it up. I don't want to. I mean, whatever. But we got a different reach than other shows that are out there.
So, no, I'm not saying don't ask. I'm like, I just feel like I've read maybe it's been asked. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, again, I think that it's. I know he's been asked about Mercedes. I don't know if again it was does she have creative control though? Because it's a different conversation than like, hey, let's talk about Mercedes and what does she bring to the table or whatever. It's a different conversation. So I'm gonna try to find what the actual question was about Mercedes. So
it's probably like, man, how much does she suck? And and Andy just being like, you what, mate?
We're not gonna bury.
We're not gonna bury that talent. We're not gonna bury the good talent.
Yeah, Mercedes rules. Again,
absolutely.
The crew loves me, so I'm not gonna get on their bad side.
That's right. You shouldn't, because then the stands will come after you, especially if you're a public-facing figure. Oh man, Chad, y'all can do whatever.
I'm not dumb enough to get on the crew's bad side. Are you kidding me?
I
don't want any of these. I don't want any of these stand bases against me.
True. Oh, I get it.
Certainly the crew.
Yeah. No, they are relentless. It's like them and like the people who live by like Real Housewives, like those stands. It's like 1 and 2. They will all mess you up.
So he hasn't been asked, at least as far as I know, he hasn't been asked about like creative control. It's more just from what I know of Andy interviews, from what I've seen, from what I've heard, he's a talker. Nothing wrong with that. So you can legitimately just ask him like, what's it been like working with Mercedes, and he's just gonna give you a fairly long answer off of things. And that was the gist of the question. Is basically like, what's it been like working with Mercedes? Or Mercedes appeared, and then he goes on the whole history of working with Mercedes. But yeah, nothing about asking about creative control. So that's what we're gonna ask. We're gonna ask, does Mercedes have creative control? Because that's the real question we need to be asking. I had when we do our 24-hour stream, and when Tony Khan makes his inevitable appearance during the 24-hour stream at 3 a.m.
He's gonna say at like 4 a.m.
Yeah. That's what time he's gonna come on the 24-hour stream. I have an idea to just ask Tony, AEW, how did we get here? And then I could take a nap. And then
he's gonna pull out the book.
Yeah. And then 8 o'clock, Tony will still be talking. Like, we just filled 5 hours with Tony talking about AEW.
Just all of a sudden, whoever's like scheduled to show up in the morning shows up. And it's like, oh, hey, Tony, how you doing? Like, he's like, oh. And Dynamite is tomorrow night. Good night. And he just leaves. And it's like, what just happened? And you'll just be like, best 5-hour sleep I've ever had.
That's going to be my question, Tony, during the 24-hour stream. It's just so we can fill at least 4 hours of content during that. And I ain't transcribing a single word of it either.
Free content idea. If you are in wrestling media and you have young kids or are about to have kids, here's an idea. Don't. Well, that's one. that's the Jeremy side of it. If you are going to continue having this child, get the wrestlers to read a storybook on film, and then take that and use it for your kids. Get them to read like the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Could you imagine? You get like Braun Strowman reading the Very Hungry Caterpillar to your child when they're a baby. And that caterpillar ate one apple, and it was still hungry. On Tuesday, it ate 8 oranges. Oh, it was still hungry. Now I need Tony reading like whatever, and it's just frantic. And he goes on tangents. So like, this board book becomes like a full-ass novel.
He's talking about caterpillars, and like, speaking of caterpillars, something that moved very slow was AEW during the pandemic. It was a tough time for everybody, and we weren't sure what was going to happen next. We were running shows from the Nightmare Factory in Norcross, Georgia. We were also running shows from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. But during that time, much like the caterpillar, we found a lot of camaraderie with those around us and a lot of bonding with everything. And then he just keeps going from there.
Perfect. Oh, so I am Sam. Sam, I am. I knew a guy named Sam. Sam Adonis worked in AAA. We don't work with them anymore, but let me tell you about Sam. It just becomes a whole 20 minutes. And then we get back to, Sam likes green eggs and ham. Oh, green eggs and ham. You know, I had that once when I was in Greece. And by the way, AEW will be coming to Greece for the first time in 2027.
Man, could you imagine?
Oh, it'd be hilarious. Greece? Hey, anything could happen. It's wrestling. That's what I've been led to believe.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going
whether or not it happens
anytime soon.
Why not? Greek wrestling?
No, I think it's fine. I just don't think they're going there anytime soon.
Anyway, now you know. If you're in the wrestling sphere and you interview talent, bring a children's book and ask if they'll read it. And then we can use that. I'm going to use that for content.
I would say, are you going to get people to read a children's book at C4?
I have to go shopping after this. I'm gonna go. Oh, I didn't bring the library card, but I could go to the library down the street, check out a bunch of kids' books, and have them read them on camera. Just be like, wrestlers read children's books.
I hope you get called out for you. They see that it's from the library, and they're just like, "Did you check this out from the library just to bring this to me?"
Yes, yes, I did. You know what? I'm doing it. Sorry, folks. It's no longer your idea. It's my idea, as it originally came from my mouth.
Yeah, it was your idea anyway. So.
That's right. Oh no, Louis. It's not each interviewee gets a page. No. They're reading the whole damn book.
I do like Louis' idea of like each interviewee gets a page and then you
Splice
put
it together.
Yeah, I do like that idea though. That's pretty good.
I could do it, but honestly, we'll see what the library does because I don't have the card. I have. Oh no, I do. We'll be okay.
Just go buy a kid's book. They can't be that expensive.
Oh no. We're gonna do it with everyone reading a different one. I'm gonna get 3 or 4 different books, and we're gonna have them read it.
Okay, well, then I guess maybe the library's better. But if you do the everyone reads a page idea, you just need one.
Nah, I'm gonna get a board book. That's the thing, because the board books are tiny.
All books are boring.
Yes, but this is different. Wait a minute, you write for a living.
Yeah, I don't write books.
It's fair. Would you ever write a book?
About what?
Well, that's for you to figure out, not me. I'm not your editor.
I've had book ideas, and then it just seems like a lot of work. And I don't feel like putting in that work when I already work on so many other things and so much other like writing, that writing more doesn't seem like a very fun idea with all of that. Like, I respect people who can like put together a book and everything, but when you write as much as I do already, the last thing I really want to do is just write more. It sounds terrible.
So Shadi gets it. Kids' books can be pricey.
I'm thinking just like go to Walmart. They got like $1 bin, right?
Not really these days. It's like a $5 bin. There's also like there's a Winners down the street which sells like discounts. It's like TJ Maxx.
Go to Losers. They're probably cheaper over there.
That's Value Village. They're down the street.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that's not a knock on Value Village. If you use it and you thrift from there, good for you. Anyway, I'll probably go to the library. It's literally right there. I'm just going to do that.
I'm trying to book a wrestling company, Joel. That's what the book I want to write. The book of Ring of Hallucinations.
I mean, looking at the Death Before Dishonor card, it's becoming that way.
That shit's hilarious that they're just like, yeah, anyway, Athena and Mina Shirakawa, you love this match, right?
So funny. And they're just like, the whole bit is just like 69th opponent, so Mina's gonna be the one. It's like, this is hilarious, but also this is not a pay-per-view event. Like, you just won the interim women's television title. Is the women's television champion still injured? At which point I would recommend, I don't know, maybe giving her the TV title instead.
I would do an interim title now.
Interim title.
Yeah.
It's so, I saw it and I was just like, is this a Tom's costume? Nope, this is coming from the ROH. This is coming from their actual account. And then I saw the promo for Mina and I saw 69 and I was just like, this is so funny and it's so stupid. And you know what? This company, like ROH specifically, they don't care. So they may as well just throw this bit at us and just be like, hey, you're going to watch the show anyway somehow. And it's like, yeah, probably will. It is a Friday night. Well, there's nothing else to do.
It's a good match. They've
It'll be fine.
Yeah, they got the broken hand that Mina suffered on the O face. Mina might not want a 69 too much. The last time she got hit with an Athena O face, she broke her hand. So I don't know. The 69 might not work out for her. So it's a good match. It's just very hilarious how 2 weeks before the show, with like no actual build outside of the one spot at All In where Mina hurt her hand, but Mina's also the interim television champion, so you would think, yes, Mina would be defending that title or unifying the titles, but nah, just face Athena. Like, all right, cool, I'm for it. Rules.
Just let it go. Just let it happen. It's fine. I mean, at least they're gonna get there some way. Not gonna spoil anything, but like they
set up something on Collision.
Yeah, that's fair.
Gives a shit.
I mean, listen, they announced the match already through Ring of Honor TV and on socials. So yes, they'll have something on Collision that'll continue that. One thing that went around from Collision that I guess we can spoil because it's not really a spoiler if it's already out there. Ace Austin is All Elite. And good for him. They set up the match already through socials, didn't they? Yeah, they did Alicia talking to Ace Austin outside, and Ace was basically saying, hey, I'm here to visit friends, and then out came GOA with Ricochet, and so they set up a match for what is going to be aired on Saturday between Ricochet and Ace Austin, which is a fun match. I mean, by all accounts, it was a really good match too. And by the end of it, Tony Khan came out and said Ace Austin is all elite, and you know what? Good for him. I've covered Ace Austin through TNA. I've had a chance to chat with him on and off through the years, and he is a guy who took a chance on himself leaving TNA and trying to figure out his next step, and this is a good spot for him to land. A little unexpected, just because most people didn't really think of him as going to AEW, but he fits, and I think there's a opportunity there. Everyone in our chat is talking about him joining.
Do you think Ace Austin should be in the Bang Bang Gang? Look at this.
Who knows?
You dorks don't have any original ideas.
People are all ripping off the internet. I get it. So chat's on board. Ace Austin, Bang Bang Gang.
It's a good signing. We'll see how he fits with everything. They've done a good job with the signings recently, meaning this year, of like giving them something to do. Speedball's obviously worked out well with the Jet Speed team. Josh Alexander and Don Callis family it started hot, and now Alexander just feels like a guy who's part of the faction, but the faction focus is on Kyle Fletcher and then kind of Okada. Takeshita's going to be back, so Alexander's getting a little lost as just like a guy in the faction right now. Who else did they brought over another name from TNA, or am I wrong about
Josh Alexander, Speedball, Mike Bailey, Ace Austin, and
maybe I'm thinking of Ace
well,
Austin.
I mean Kevin Knight you can argue, but he was more New Japan.
Yeah, but Kevin Knight is definitely
Diana,
someone. Yeah, that was last year. I was thinking more just
Mortos was more AAA/CM. Well, AAA.
Yeah. But they've done a good job of like getting people in good positions when they debut. And Ace Austin in the Big Man Gang, if they decide to go with that, would make some sense. Like especially if Jay White's out the rest of the year. We don't know when who's out. Colton's out.
Colton is out, yes.
Yeah, Colton's out. I get them confused. They're not like twins or anything. Them and the Bucks, I just confuse them. I can't tell. They're
brothers. They're brothers. You don't need to tell brothers apart.
Yeah.
Unless they're in a main event storyline with Roman Reigns.
One of them needs a better catchphrase, so I know which one is which.
That's right.
They just need a one-word catchphrase. That's it. Now I know Austin is the shorter one, and the way I remember this is how my brain works. Is A is before C, so the shorter one you would see first.
Jesus, you went way around the barn for that.
That's like Michael Scott how he comes up with people's names. You know what I mean?
Even I was like, what is this? It's like is he's shorter, you said?
Yeah,
Austin is shorter?
Yeah.
Okay. A is the first letter in the alphabet, so technically if you're climbing up, C is taller, so there you go. A is number 1 because he's short.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That's how I get there.
You know how they should do? It's awful. You know what they should do? One of them should be guns up, and the other one should be guns down, and then you'll know which one is which.
That would be better.
Yeah.
The Bucks, I can't tell either of them apart.
When they had rainbow hair, when it was one had rainbow hair and the other one didn't, and it was easier to be like, oh, that's Nick. Nick has rainbow hair, right? Okay. Because you think of Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy never did anything to his hair color except for the gray streak or whatever. That was fine. That's how you knew Matt Jackson, it worked. Yeah, now it's just slick Nick and instant replay.
I would know them because Matt always had like the more fuller beard. So I would do, and he had the longer what do you call it? Side brows. Yeah.
Sideburns.
So side brows.
Side brows.
Yeah, side brows.
Whatever, it's Friday. I'm not gonna fight this.
So I would. This is again my Michael Scott mnemonic device here. No. Matt had mutton chops, so M. So the one with the mutton chops was Matt. That's how I would tell them apart.
That one's okay. That one. You know what? That one I'll take. At least it's not like, That had mutton chops, but then he didn't, and then he decided to put them
But
back.
then they both got the mutton chops, and now I'm like, fuck, which one of you's which?
What if you get a tattoo?
Yeah.
What do you get a visible tattoo?
I can't tell them apart at all. It's very bad.
That should be the next thing, by the way, for when they're trying to introduce them. Just completely kayfabe, like, which one are you? Or one addresses them as Nick and one addresses them as Matt. Just like completely, just
that would actually
wrong
be good.
Name.
Yeah. That would actually be very good.
That would annoy anybody.
Yeah. I like that idea. They should use that.
So Ace, you know what? Listen, everyone wants Ace Austin to join the Bang Bang Gang. What if instead you just have him join the Don Callis family? Because that's just what you do. Everyone's like, oh, John Alexander, what's he gonna do? You join the Don Callis family.
Yeah,
if you're coming from TNA, you should join the Don Callis family.
We don't need more people in the Don Callis family.
That's what you think.
I feel like the Don Callis family is good on people right now.
No, they're about to get one back soon enough. He should join the Death Riders. Yeah. Ace Austin should join the Death Riders.
Ace Austin and the Death Riders? I don't know. I don't know about that either.
Him and Wheeler Yuta should just have a mid off. Not that they're mid, but like as the guy. It's not bad. As listen, compared to everyone else in that group, you know what I'm saying. You should the young boy. I
don't know what you're saying.
They should each compete to be the young boy of the group.
Yuta's already got that spot. He's been the young boy for like 5 years. They haven't done anything like actually sustainable with him. They should just both grow their hair super long, and then they should do twin magic because you don't know which one is which.
They already have that, but Ace already has it. He just has to straighten the hair so that it's in front of his face like Yuta.
I want Ace Austin to lean into the card bit and be Gambit. That's what I want him to do.
Tried that. 2017 Ace Austin was that.
Try it more. Try it in a bigger promotion. He just starts throwing the cards at people, and then they explode on him.
You know what? We've been looking at this the entire wrong way. He needs to be having a feud with what is now going to be the matriarchy. Because if there's one thing Ace Austin does well, it's have feuds with people's moms.
Yeah. Okay.
That's exactly it. You want to give him the true welcome to AEW through the TNA vortex. That's how you do it. You have him go off and be like, Mother Wayne. And she'll be like, hell yeah, Ace Austin. And then Gia Miller makes a cameo and says, I will fucking kill you. And that's it.
He should have a two. Is he dating Gia Miller?
Yeah, Ace and Gia have been together for a long, long time.
I don't keep up with who's in a relationship.
That's fair. That's fair. Unless something recently changed, as far as I'm understanding, they've been together for a while.
All right, that's none of my business.
That's fair.
He should have a Two-Face. He should be Two-Face Gambit. Let's mash up the comic book worlds, because Two-Face uses cards as well. He uses coins.
Yes.
Joker uses cards.
Joker uses cards.
All right, he's Joker Gambit then.
Oh, everyone wants to be the Joker.
Yeah, that's true. Joker should run the
Remember when Penta would only wear the Joker gimmick?
All right, he's just Gambit. We're going backwards here. He's just Gambit. He's got the cards, but instead of like throwing the cards at his opponent, which I think would be very hilarious if he just like threw the card to like distract them, it'd be very funny. They don't have wrestling matches because wrestling is stupid. I know it's all elite wrestling. We're the best wrestling. Fuck that. I'm using Ace for Ring of Hallucinations. You're welcome, Ace Austin. You're getting valuable television time weekly instead of in AEW where you're just gonna have a match that do a bunch of moves and nobody cares about because that's all they do in AEW, right?
Good God, you call me a hater.
I'm playing into the stereotype. That's all. You're calling him mid for no reason. Ring of Hallucinations. Ace Austin doesn't have wrestling matches. Plays a game of war with his opponents. That's what we're doing. And then we got the gambling on the side with the infantry because they love doing the gambling bit. They stole that bit from us, who stole it from AEW in pandemic times. But they just play a game of war. So you never know how long those fucking games are going to last. War games can be like over pretty quickly, or those things can go on for an hour. You just don't know. But no wrestling matches for you, Ace Austin. You're in Ring of Hallucinations. Bring your deck of cards. We're breaking out the war out here. That's my idea for him.
He also comes out with like a baton that he right?
Yeah, because he's Gambit. That's what he's trying to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. You're just
That's
leaning.
the bit.
You leaned more into the card part of the gambit than the stick.
Yeah, because I don't care about like hitting people with a stick. I want to play a bunch of card games and stuff. It's much funnier.
The game is 5 card Monte. The match won't start until you beat me at this game.
Dude, I got plenty of ideas for Ace Austin and Ring of Hallucination, especially with the gambling ring that we run. He might be the leader of the gambling ring, honestly.
I feel like we should start hitting up AEW to get interviews with incoming talent so that we can pitch them creative ideas as well. So now that you're here, have you thought about what you want to do other than say, I want to win championships and have great matches? Let us give you some clarity before RJ City shows up and messes everything up for you.
Yeah.
Put you on the show and then everyone's like, oh, he was really funny, actually. You're like, yeah, well, most wrestlers, when you put them in front of a camera, can be pretty funny. So, hintity hint, AEW. Give us your new talent. Let us announce your signings.
I'm gonna get this this booking gig after I book the greatest show ever next weekend. The Schmitty, this third non-annual Schmitty next weekend.
That's next weekend?
Yeah. I gotta figure out what the hell I'm doing.
Doing everything. You gotta help our buddy.
Yeah, I was very sad to see that they lost Billy Starks again. They announced Billy last year, and then once again Billy got like an ROH date or a AEW date, and they announced her again this year, and she's going to England because she's working a Pro Wrestling Eve show, and I'm sure they'll tape something for ROH. So I was like, oh man, like they owe Cole like multiple Billy Starks appearances. It's very sad.
They should just let her win the Schmitty at this point, like by default.
Yeah, they touted as like, oh, the first person to ever enter the Schmitty 2 times, and now she's been announced 3 times and only competed once.
Oh man, just give her the show. It's kind of like giving Bloodsport over to Barnett. It'll be the Schmitty presented by Billy Starks.
It's Cole's show. I just feel bad that like, oh man, just lost out on Billy again. I'll say Mouse is there. I hung out with Mouse a lot last year, so
that'll be fun.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Just got a text message. Yes.
Speedpunk says, speaking of ROH, they actually had Alex Zane on there last night. Underrated guy. They need him on the show more. I like Alex Zane. He's I can get some ideas with Alex Zane. He's a big Taco Bell guy. You imagine all the Taco Bell stuff?
You turn him heel. You turn him heel, and you make him into a Quiznos guy.
No, that sounds dumb.
Yeah, that's right. That's why you turn him heel, because it sounds dumb and it gets you heat. No. He's no longer Taco Bell. He has seen the light. You can you can take this one of 2 ways. You can keep him in the Mexican realm and he becomes a Chipotle guy, which nobody likes a Chipotle guy. Or you can make him, you don't want to make him a Subway guy because the last Subway guy is a totally different problem. But if you make him a Quiznos guy, nobody goes to Quiznos anymore. You can absolutely play with that game.
No, I'm using the Taco Bell relationship. You can still be a heel at Taco Bell because now they sell like a bunch of other stuff and people don't like that. Like, why is Taco Bell selling chicken nuggets now? What the hell's wrong with you?
You got to diversify your menu.
Yeah, sure, but I can do a lot of good stuff with him in Taco Bell. He would never wrestle, obviously. He'd be in a bunch of eating contests. I bring in Brannigan to have him just have like a taco eating contest against Alex Zane. That'd be great. Yeah, does Quiznos still exist?
If it does, I would be surprised.
Let's see where the closest Quiznos.
I thought Quiznos was a Canadian company to start.
I mean, maybe, but like it was in America. I remember having Quiznos. There was a Quiznos where I went to high school at, so we'd go to Quiznos during our lunch break every now and again. Quiznos, search nearby. There's a Quiznos 45 miles away.
There's a Quiznos 4 miles away from me.
You should go to Quiznos and do some.
We got lunch plans. I got lunch plans already.
Clearly not Quiznos, coward.
Well, but I don't want to go to Quiznos. I want to go somewhere where I'll enjoy the food.
I remember Quiznos not being like terrible because the big thing was like toasted subs, right?
Yeah, and then the company that didn't toast their subs suddenly started toasting their subs and was like, "Well, guess we're back on top again.
Yeah.
Guess the thing that diversified us is now making us less diversified."
Quiznos, Subway, or Firehouse? Is there?
Oh, Firehouse! We got one close to my place.
Firehouse, I remember being very good. I like Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's didn't do like a lot of the toasted stuff, but their bread is just so good that, you know. But then everything got expensive. I don't remember the last time. I had Jimmy John's at WrestleCade because there was one right up the street from the venue, and so I ran over and got Jimmy John's for me and Sean. I probably haven't had Firehouse in years. I haven't had Quiznos in many years. I used to have Subway all the time when I was at the hospital because they had a Subway at the cafeteria, and when I got tired of eating the cafeteria food, I would have Subway.
Speaking of Subway and people who eat there, the birthday girl is here.
I can confirm the Jimmy John's being up the street from Cade is really good. I like Jimmy John's, but hi.
Hi, guys!
Have he reached out to you yet?
No. He doesn't have my number.
We'll have to get it to him.
Wow, let's see. Does he tweet anymore?
I think he uses Instagram exclusively.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any chance to show his face.
He doesn't tweet too much anymore. His last, he retweets some. He retweets a lot of stuff, but
he probably retweets all the stuff that comes from his website.
Yeah, that's like it. All right,
and that's probably his webmaster doing that.
Yeah, well, whatever. We don't care who it is. Hello at I am Jericho.
What is wrong with you?
Well, we told you we had a birthday gift for you.
Kimmy Sokol's birthday. She is your biggest fan. Can you please wish her a happy birthday? Thanks.
Not retweet. Do not
miss
retweet.
You on television.
Do not retweet. Do not like that tweet, y'all. Do not.
There we go. We've tweeted Chris Jericho to see if we can get him to say happy birthday to Kimmy Sokol.
Everybody send happy birthday super chats that we can donate to the Canadian Cancer Society. And then retweet whatever Jeremy just sent out.
No, don't retweet it, guys. I'm telling you.
Retweet that. People at AEW might see that and might,
you'll get a special
give me
invitation.
A birthday shout out. Yeah.
Can I get a tweet from Tony Khan wishing me? I had an AEW talent wish me happy birthday actually at 12:30 this morning.
Ella Rose.
No.
Oh, Brit.
Yeah.
I mean, when you say AEW talent, what do you really mean by that?
She's still contracted there till September of 2026. So, not including 10-month injury time. So technically, she is contracted to AEW, which means she's an AEW talent.
Until 2027, given injury time possibilities.
Well, yeah, it's the 10 months,
10 months.
Tony might actually, if I tweeted him, like, could you wish Kimmy a happy birthday? He might actually respond to that. That's one of the bits that, like, he would respond to.
It's true.
And then I'd ask him, where's Vanilla Baby? Why don't we have the rights to Vanilla Baby?
Yes. You should tweet at Tony Khan. Be like, at Tony Khan, it is Ring of Honor legend.
That's a little much.
But Tony's response would be like, Ring of Honor, what's that?
That's not true. Me and him have had several conversations about Ring of Honor.
I've used my one hello at somebody for the show. So
Joel tweeted to. Oh wait, no. Is Joel's Twitter account still private?
Joel doesn't have motion like that. Nobody's paying attention to Joel.
It's fine by me. I know what I'm here for. I'm engaging here. I'm not engaging there.
Yeah.
There is a bunch of weirdos. Here is where I make my bread and butter.
Yeah. Wow. Joel doesn't have it like that on Twitter. He can't get Tony Khan to respond to him.
Twitter can suck it. I'm here for this gig, not the socials. Ugh.
We're in the weeds.
Where are you?
I'm in a hotel.
You're in the bed. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
It's on the bed. It looks like you're at you're just on the floor.
You're on the floor.
Because checkout was at 11 and my boss isn't here yet and I couldn't get late checkout. So I'm stuck here till like 12:45.
Why couldn't you get a late check? You know what? Don't care.
Because they were going to charge for my late checkout.
It's your birthday.
So?
Is that what they said?
Yeah, they said that we would have to pay for late checkout, which I've never heard before.
Oh, it's a thing now. I think post-COVID.
Well, yeah, you got to pay for everything nowadays because God forbid you just get, things that used to be free or complimentary. God forbid.
Can I tell y'all? Can I tell y'all how much I hate Porter for this one for Porter Airlines and they fly all over. But so I fly through Porter. Porter is the airline that does a lot of Canada. They're Canada's direct competition. Anyway, I flew Porter. Ever since the pandemic, they have become more and more poorly operated. When they started, they were like this customer first type of budget brand where like the tickets were good, the planes were small, you had a lounge in every airport they operated in where you can get complimentary snacks and everything. It was great. Pandemic hit, they realized, oh shit, we don't make money anymore. So they started getting rid of the lounges. That was one thing. And then the planes got cheaper. That's another thing. They became more Ryanair. Then the third thing was now they have their ultra basic fare, which most companies have gone towards. But their ultra basic fare, which doesn't allow you to bring really anything other than like a backpack, good for me on this trip, they will not let you use your phone to get your boarding pass. They make you check in at the desk, get a paper boarding pass, and wait in line to do it because they're afraid that people are trying to game the system by bringing more stuff on the plane than is allotted through this cheaper ticket, the ultra basic. So I go and I'm like sitting in line just to get a fucking boarding pass, which wastes man hours because you got to pay persons to sit at the desk, and also wastes paper because you have to go and print a physical boarding pass instead of just doing it here like every other airline in the world. Porter needs to get their shit together because this is awful. I will forever run on that one. That hate. It's awful.
These sounds like first world problems here, Joel.
Yes, because I fly frequently enough, but these are things that should be rectified immediately. I'm taking the basic fucking fare. I'm taking the cheapest fare. I ain't asking for much. I just want to be able to check in on my damn phone like every other airline in existence, except for maybe Ryan and Spirit.
Listen, a paper boarding pass in the year 2025 is wild.
The only reason you get one of those is because they called you to the counter after you checked in online and something didn't go through, but you did.
Exactly. That's bizarre.
Anyway, what are you doing for your birthday today?
I'm
sitting in a hotel, clearly.
True.
No, Monster Mania Con starts at 4:00, and Sting is going to be here, so I get to spend my birthday with Sting.
Oh, nice.
Remember to send me the photo so I can Photoshop it.
Oh my God, can we talk about this? First of all, he trimmed his beard. He trimmed the beard, and you're just extending it. You need to leave Sting alone. What has this man ever done to you?
Is he? Jesus.
Who is that?
That's the leave Britney alone, girl.
You walked right into the line too.
Yeah, you did.
Also,
that was quick on that one.
I have that picture. I'm in that picture, by the way. I have it.
Is Sting coming to GalaxyCon? Have we confirmed this?
No, I will X today, and I will get back to you.
Because I will go to GalaxyCon because that's like December, so it's probably gonna be my last chance to actually like go to one of these conventions and see Sting.
I will inquire today, and I will get back to you, of course. No problem. Final Battle is at GalaxyCon in a shocking turn of events.
Yeah, I assume you're going to be there.
I'm supposed to be at Steel City with Soraya.
Oh, Steel City's not too far either. That's Pittsburgh. If he's at either one of those, I can make that drive.
Well, he does this and he does that, so why couldn't he make both?
Yeah, let me know if he's at either one of those, because I can go to either one.
I got you.
All right, thank you.
No problem. He'll be at WrestleCade. They announced that yesterday, if you're going to WrestleCade.
Hey, my mom no longer lives in North Carolina. That was always like a knock of 2-for-1 there. I could go to North Carolina, see WrestleCade, and go to WrestleCade, and then also hang out with my mom for a little bit. But now she moved, and so it no longer is quite makes as much sense to go to WrestleCade because I can't double that as a personal trip.
Hello. Did you not see the headline talent they announced yesterday?
For WrestleCade? No.
Yes.
I didn't. Karrion Kross?
No. For the first time ever, because I had something to do with this, Maxwell Jacob Friedman will be at WrestleCade.
He's just going to yell at me. I don't want to hang out with him. That sounds terrible.
He's going to yell at everyone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
His rider is just hot tea and honey.
You're getting your book worth. Listen, he's
true.
champion right now. Happy Gilmore movie star.
I actually like.
Hold on. Is being a CMLL champion really being a champion when everyone walks in the door is gifted a championship?
You could say the same thing about Ring of Honor.
You can say the same thing about AEW. Ace Austin's going to walk in and he's going to become the new cruiserweight champion.
I do like going to WrestleCade because Sean typically goes to WrestleCade and I don't have to do any work. So I can just like go hang out with people and talk to people and not do any actual work because Sean's there and he does all the work.
And you'll see me.
Well, I mean.
Did you know that Sean was trying to jokingly blame me for the reason he couldn't go to SummerSlam? Because he said I jokingly canceled his flight.
That's
That's accurate.
No, I wanted him there.
Why are you canceling people's flights, Kimmy? Why are you hacking into people's accounts and trying to cancel their
Listen,
flights?
the question should be, why is someone hacking into my United account and canceling my flights? That should be the question.
Couldn't tell you. It sounds like a you problem in this case.
And United's not doing anything about it, so fuck United.
Wow. You know that United breaks guitars?
Do they?
This is a very old illusion. Yes.
So
There was
I'm
a country artist who wrote a song.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah, it's called that's where it came from. United Breaks Guitars is from a country singer who had his guitar broken by United on a flight.
Which country singer? It sounds awful.
Oh, he's some YouTube guy.
Oh, I thought it was like an actual like.
Some YouTube guy is crazy.
No, it's Dave Carroll and his band Sons of Maxwell.
Never.
They're Canadian, actually. It turns out.
Oh, that sounds.
So
a country Canadian singer? This sounds like the worst thing in the world.
First of all, how dare you? Shania Twain's gonna slap you in the face. Jesus
what is happening
Christ,
over
what did
there?
you do?
What did you knock over?
Nothing. Someone came through the elevator with like a ladder. How could I have done something? I'm sitting in the same position.
Don't know. You would find a way, Kimmy.
What is that supposed to mean?
You would find a way.
My God, do you think I'm gonna like do something to Sting later?
You would find a way.
Do you like my "It's my birthday" button, by the way, that I'm wearing all throughout the con?
That's lame.
Why? I've had it since I was 3.
That's lame. You've had it since you were 3? Is that like from Disney World or something? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I went on the Disney cruise. My parents took me.
Oh. Do you have any memory of it being 3?
No.
Okay.
There was a hurricane.
Don't go around like, with your button and
Why?
like promoting it's your birthday. Who does that? Come on.
Yeah, that's like the people who wear like my birthday month sashes.
Yeah. Do you do like birthday weekend because it's on a Friday? So you're like, oh, all weekend is my birthday?
No, I was just going to wear it today.
Oh.
Are you a birthday week tweeter?
No, but I mean, what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm going on a cruise next Wednesday for 10 days, so I'm missing the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I'm missing Forbidden Door.
Wow.
Why did Jericho
Fake
book this
fan.
cruise for this month?
It's not the Jericho cruise.
I'm surprised to hear that.
Fake ROH fan. Kimmy so
That's
cool.
what I said.
Going
That's what
on a
I said.
cruise instead of watching Death Before Dishonor.
Listen, I was scheduled to go to the original date, and then they changed it, and I was very upset about it. I talked to someone in AEW about it, actually.
Cruise Before Dishonor for Kimmy.
Yo, I could probably watch on the cruise, because I'm getting the Wi-Fi. I'll just sit at the bar and just
That
watch
also
the
sounds
pay-per-view.
bad. You're going to spend your cruise watching ROH?
That sounds awful.
That sounds terrible, too.
At the bar.
It's like the time I went to the bar.
Worse.
No, when I was working on ships, AJ Styles made his Royal Rumble debut, and I found out because I was on the ship. And I'm someone. I don't even know how I found out. I think I was just on my phone, and I just found it on Reddit, and I was like, oh shit! And people like gathered around my phone to watch, and then we put my phone away and was just like, well, that's enough wrestling for tonight. Let's go party. My point is, do not turn on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view in the year of 2025, where you and 13 other people are going to watch. Like 3 of whom are in this chat right now. Don't do it.
Is Kate in the chat? I can't see the chat.
No, but Jules is here.
I'll be watching the ROH show. I got to cover it.
See, Jeremy's watching.
Yeah, I got to cover it.
Yeah, because he has to.
Yeah.
He's contractually obligated. That's like me watching TNA.
Yeah, if I
which I
have to,
didn't last night.
I wouldn't.
Oh no, Joel, you didn't watch it.
Yeah, I
didn't
had
miss
better things
much.
to do.
You didn't miss
Isn't the
much.
pay-per-view this weekend or next weekend? When?
Oh,
Tonight.
they got a special.
They got a special tonight.
Ah, jeez.
The next pay-per-view is until October.
Yeah.
Bound for Glory.
Yes,
Boston.
in the shadows, the long
Actually-
shadows of Boston.
Actually, can we
40
talk about
miles
this?
away.
Because
Do we
these
have to?
people, yes, no, not TNA, but
Oh, okay.
the Hardys are going to be at House of Glory October 10th. They just announced it like an hour ago. They're doing a meet and greet, and I believe they will be wrestling. So if you're in the New York City area, go to, I think it's hog.com or houseofglory.com. Go to Hog's website and buy your tickets for October 10th to see the Hardys.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, what else are they going to do?
I don't know. I didn't get that far yet with what the Hardys. I just
I
know they
assume they'll
announced.
just. I assume
Is
there'll be
that the-
private party for the tag titles.
Oh, is that the Zilla and Bully
Oh
Ray
yeah, that's
rematch?
the rematch.
Oh
Yeah.
no, they're going to turn it into a busted open hog party.
That sounds terrible.
They're going to tell you to bust your hog at this party.
That sounds really terrible.
Listen, I wasn't at the one where Bully won the title. I thought that was a terrible booking decision.
Is
Wow.
Tom Pesek booked yet?
Got heat, brother.
I don't believe so. I don't know what the card is. I just
Hit
know
up
the Hardys
Amazing
are going to be
Red.
there.
I think
And
I
I'm
don't
sure
have that
McGregor's
contact.
going to be doing the ring announcing.
Indy and Shotzi, I think, might be on that card. That's a good match.
They're going to pull
that sounds
Shotzi and
great.
replace her with Natty. Low-key Legend's going to win that hog women's championship.
I don't know about that.
Going to be busting
don't
hogs
know.
everywhere.
Oh my god.
What?
Busting
This is what
hogs.
happens. Nick Nemeth is going to
wild.
show up. He doesn't need to do anything. He's just going to show up. Beat up the Hardys. Then the Nemeth brothers are going to win the tag titles.
They can face. They
Nick's
can face.
off right now, isn't he?
Isn't Nick
Is it-
off?
Yeah, isn't Nick off television right now?
Yeah, he'll be back tonight, I'm sure.
Oh, maybe.
He was suspended indefinitely.
Right.
I'm sure he's going to
hometown
help
man.
hometown. Yeah, exactly. They're going to do a spot where he's hometown man. Fucking murder.
So when I went to Slammiversary, I thought you were joking about Hometown Man being like an actual thing.
No, bitch, I ain't joking about hometown man. No,
Language, Joel. Jesus.
I was
I'm
like,
very
what is-
serious about this.
I was like, what is a Hometown Man? What am I watching? I was very confused.
I told you. I explained to you very, very explicitly what hometown man is supposed to be. And now they're about to do it again because Sami Callihan's about to lose a match and probably retire too, which I assume this match is going to be a schmoz finish. Whatever. But
It's
like,
Santana. Why? Nah.
why is Santana in this match? I don't know either. But the point is, yes, hometown man unfortunately exists. They really think that this is a thing. And for some reason, the fans keep going with it because it's fun. It's like, no, but you're holding down the potential of having new talent come in and actually, develop under this program that you're trying to build.
It's a fine little gimmick. Like,
Go away.
it's
Stop it.
okay.
No, it's not.
Go
It's an
away is wild.
Undercard. It's an undercard gimmick. Like, why are you so mad about this, Joel?
Because
It
it's so
bothers him.
stupid.
Clearly.
Because Diener is done. Like he doesn't need to be on TV. He's fine. He has had a not cushy. He's had a backstage TNA job for a long time. He can just do that. They're not hurting for talent to feature on their programming. The fact that they need to do this hometown man gimmick isn't getting anyone over other than EY and hometown man. And now Ryan Nemeth and hometown man.
Joel's so mad about Hometown Man.
Such
That's
a
the clip for
stupid.
this episode. Joel being mad about Hometown Man.
You make a damn mashup at this point.
Oh, do you rant about this regularly?
Fairly, yes.
You're
Okay.
very mad about Hometown Man, Joel.
Do not say that I'm mad about hometown man. Do not put in the papers that I'm mad about hometown
You
man.
seem mad about Hometown Man, honestly.
I can
You know,
confirm. Very
You
mad
seem
about
a little
Hometown Man.
mad. Yeah.
Don't you have other things to do, Kimmy? Like check out of your room.
The show, I did already. The show starts at 4. You invited me here. The
I
fuck?
did. Oh,
We
that's
gotta talk
usually
about TNA being sold. What it was?
Yeah, you want to talk about TNA being sold?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know who that person was that
Oh, that
was
makes
going
sense.
to buy it, but I want to know why they think running on Wednesdays is a good idea.
Because
they don't think
they-
it's a good idea. They think it's. We know why they think it's an idea. It's not a good idea.
No, you know why it's a good idea? Because they saw that I would quit the post show, and then I didn't quit the post show, and now they're like, I got a way that we can quit the post show.
They shouldn't do it.
Just get them fired. It's fine. Someone at TNA was just like, what is this about quitting the TNA post show? And I was just like, or what's this about stopping the post shows? And I was like, well, if y'all start running Wednesdays, Sean works Wednesdays, and Sean's shows do much more money than we do and much more support than we do. So unless TNA is about to have a boom of a Wednesday, we ain't going to keep doing the Wednesday post show for TNA. And they were just like, fuck AEW. And I was like, hey, that's you.
Oh, no, I can see the chat.
I mean, it's not AEW's fault that they were already on Wednesdays.
You can be rah TNA as much as you want. You need to understand if you're a fan, if you're associated with talent, if you're talent or backstage, whatever, moving to Wednesday is not going to be a helpful thing. It's a bad decision. It's a decision that ends with this is not the Tuesday Night Wars where, Jeremy, we talked about this, where like, you split 1.5 million people watching wrestling, and then you assume that if one moves off of that day, that 1.5 million people are going to watch your show exclusively.
Quit knocking things over, Kimmy.
I swear to God, Kimmy.
I'm not doing anything.
Swear to God.
Stop yelling at me. It's not me.
1.5 million people are not going to be watching one of the shows because one leaves a night. AEW numbers are not going to change as much when you're not even equaling right now the viewership that you have. On a bad week, if AEW, if you want to talk numbers, is doing between 550 to 650,000 on cable, and then whatever more on streaming, versus AEW versus TNA that's doing maybe 100,000, maybe 110 on a good week.
All right, let's first set everything up because we just sort of
jumped into it.
Yeah, jumped into things for people who might not have context.
Yes, this is what happens when Kimmy shows up and tries to be a fan.
Yeah. You invited me on here.
Don't listen to Joel.
Yeah, you can stick around and you can stay. It's up to you what you want to do.
All right, so
just tell them to stop breaking shit.
I did.
Report came out yesterday from John Alba of Sports Illustrated saying there have been discussions of TNA moving to a WWE associated network, and that the company is even open to shifting from Thursday to Wednesday nights to go head to head with AEW Dynamite. The discussions could be the CW network, is what Alba says. CW network might be the leader here. Alba says, while it's not directly indicated that the destination would be the CW, it was expressed to the takedown on SI that the CW's interest in the promotion is legitimate and that some of WWE's stakeholders would like TNA to be part of the network. Obviously, the other kind of WWE associated networks right now are Peacock. It'll be ESPN pretty soon. It's USA Network as well. They're on a bunch of different programming platforms here. But for right now, it seems like CW. A&E was the other one that was rumored a couple weeks ago. I think The Observer had that A&E was rumored. WWE program is on A&E as well. So those are kind of the potential landing spots for TNA. Then Sean came out with a report of the kind of reckless speculation report, talking about a potential sale of TNA. And another interesting connections are rumors of former UFC owner Lorenzo Fertitta possibly being involved. We're told his name emerged from meetings this week, and earlier Conrad Thompson posted an ominous gif saying Lorenzo. We're told that was in response to rumors going around in wrestling that Fertitta could be, for some reason, involved in a rumored sale of TNA. Fertitta is tied to TKO, as he's formerly owned the UFC, which is now under the TKO umbrella. The Fertitta brothers did business with Dana White. For those who don't know, it was the Fertitta brothers and Dana who purchased UFC back in the day when it was basically a dying promotion, and ended up growing it to kind of what you see today. But they sold their stake to what was at the time what was the IMG They sold, or WME, sorry, which I think it's the same thing. Yeah, they sold it to WME. WME is now TKO. Hope that makes sense for everyone. But Lorenzo has been involved in kind of the sports world for decades now in some way or another. Lorenzo, Dana, I assume, still pretty good friends. The Observer had a report that WWE has kind of right of first refusal for a potential TNA sale. So if somebody makes an offer for TNA, WWE would basically have matching rights on that. Not right of first refusal, more matching rights. So let's say theoretically Lorenzo was going to pay $5 million for TNA. WWE could be like, all right, we'll give you $5 million for the company. Or they could be, we trust Lorenzo. He's TKO associated with Dana. Yeah, sure. You buy them. And then we can still just kind of run the operations because Lorenzo, he was hands-on in like funding the UFC and everything. But Dana White did a lot of the promotional work with everything. That's why they brought Dana on, because Dana was into boxing and Dana was the promoter. And that's why he was essentially became the face of UFC for, I mean, I would say so many years, but like that's still sort of the case. Lorenzo and his brother Frank, Lorenzo and Frank Fertitta, they were just sort of the funding of everything, but they sort of trusted Dana's vision with all of that. And this is the whole thing's reckless speculation when it comes to the Fertittas. My reckless speculation on that is if Lorenzo bought TNA, it would be, all right, I got TNA, I'll fund what needs to be funded. Carlos Silva is still kind of running the day-to-day and is the sort of the face of everything, and WWE would still have a lot of say and everything. Hopefully that catches everybody up.
Thank you.
So when I read this, my initial reaction was, of all the things that I've read about TNA over all of the years that I've done some sort of coverage of TNA, this is the most confusing piece of information, rumor, whatever, that they've ever had. And that includes like the Toby Keith stuff, the Hogan stuff, the Jeff Jarrett opens a company to then try to buy back the other company to then bring a six-sided ring back to the company, and then Jeff Jarrett's still with there, but he wants his dad, but then he doesn't want his dad. That conversation, the Bruce Pritchard conversation, tap me up. There was so many talks of ownership. The who is paying the bill at the very last minute so that TV tapings can happen. Those rumors, that pales in comparison to our partners. Okay, so someone who is no longer under the umbrella of the company that is under our partners, but also is still technically involved at arm's length, might be interested in buying this wrestling company despite not having any connection to wrestling outside of the ownership that is involved in his former company. Might do it so that maybe WWE could say yes, and then maybe they'll just keep everything as status quo, but still under a TKO style of umbrella and circumvent antitrust laws. That's basically what this comes down to, is the circumvention of potential antitrust lawsuit, because it's not WWE buying it. It's not right. TKO buying TNA. It's WWE being like, you have my blessing to purchase TNA, Lorenzo. So go ahead and do with it as you please. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And it's so convoluted for something that is at the end very simple and very, strange. But this is where we're at. There's a potential, a possibility, a crazy ass rumor, once again, that TNA can get sold to then not change.
Yeah, I don't think that. So who said it? Comic things. And why are they all of a sudden up for sale? I think TNA's kind of always been quietly up for sale. And it
hasn't been quiet. They've been, since Bound for Glory last year, they've been very publicly for sale. When they started putting all the Anthem stuff on the ring mats and on the side, like that was them saying, look at us, please, please, please buy us. Sorry, continue.
Right. Scott D'Amore, it made an offer just before or after he was fired from the company. Tony Khan has mentioned that he's been approached about buying. One was before AEW started, and then The report from Sean says sources have indicated that a few years ago Khan was approached again and opted against it. One of the people we spoke to said that there wasn't value for AEW in a TNA purchase, as most of the veterans in the company are on the ROH library as opposed to TNA's library. So yeah, I think TNA has been for sale kind of for years here as they try to just make moves and put it in the hands of somebody who can better navigate these things because Anthem just has them and they just have them on their platform, but they don't actually like have a push for TNA. They obviously want them on a bigger platform, and I think Anthem is fine to just sort of wash their hands with everything, because all they're going to lose is they're going to lose content Thursdays on Access, which some weeks they get bumped anyway for a movie or a rock documentary or whatever they might do. So I don't think Anthem cares that they're going to lose that 2 hours of content.
They've shown the last month that they don't care. And also TNA, not to be outdone, have shown that they don't care about Anthem either. I mean, Silva coming out and effectively saying, you know, our partners don't care about us and we don't care about them airing on the channel because the synergy isn't there. And then as a result, Access was like, all right, well, you're bumped to 9 p.m. and everywhere else you're going to air at 8 p.m. because we got a 2019 Rock Doctor show. As a result, nobody loses anything by Access dropping TNA. TNA has everything to gain from moving from Access. Now you bring in the conversation that we started about the potential of moving to Wednesdays and opposing AEW. Jeremy, when we started talking about this, one of the benefits I mentioned to moving to Wednesday is the idea that if someone's going to watch Dynamite live on Wednesday and then have 2 days to pick up TNA Impact before Friday when they won't care anymore because SmackDown's on, because again, I'm going to assume most TNA fans are closer to being WWE fans than they are being AEW fans. Most, I'm not saying all, but there are a lot of them who are more close to WWE because there's been more integration and there's just more connection. If you're going to air on Wednesday, then at least you're giving an extra day of non-WWE programming that would get in the way of you picking up from the original air date. I don't think they really mind as long as they get the +1 or the +3 on that in terms of viewership, but it also isn't going to hurt AEW, whatever, with going head to head.
So you don't think it's going to be the same situation like it was when NXT and AEW went head to head?
No, I think NXT had much more of a leg up at the time because they had more viewership and just a better campaign to begin with. Like NXT was also known, it was closer to the presentation of AEW in wrestling style at the time than WWE main roster was. There's no reason to think that TNA is suddenly going to go from the 100,000 viewership they can get maximum now to 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 that Carlos Silva seems to be under the impression they could receive on a major platform.
So I'm going to play a little devil's advocate, and then I'll
How dare you
give my sort of more true thoughts with things. There is a big difference. Let's say they land on CW. There is a big difference of being on Access and then being on CW, especially if NXT, which does 700,000, if NXT viewers see the promotion for TNA, if NXT runs ads like tomorrow night on Impact, blah, 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 this person's there, like now you're in the front of 700,000 viewers who could potentially tune in on Wednesday. Now, how many of those NXT fans already know that AEW exists? Will they watch TNA over AEW? That becomes a different question that if it does get moved to Wednesdays, we will find out. But we can't downplay how big of a difference the platform is actually going to make. But because going from Access, which no one really has, and the show sometimes gets delayed and they don't even promote that well because they tell you to go to TNA Plus more than they do Access, to going to CW where you're going to get a much stronger push, where you're already in front of wrestling fans on Tuesday, you're going to get an increase in viewers off of that. then the question just becomes of, okay, how much is the increase of viewers? How much is the crossover between NXT fans and AEW fans to where those NXT fans are going to be like, yeah, I know AEW is on. I watch AEW, but I'm going to watch TNA instead. I don't know what that number is. And in my mind, that number is pretty small. Because if I'm a wrestling fan and I'm watching NXT and I'm already seeing a lot of the TNA talent anyway, and you're just okay, what are you getting extra on TNA? You're getting the Hardys, you're getting the Nemeths. I already see Joe Hendry, I already see Trick Williams. I see them on the NXT show, which is the bigger show. Am I tuning in for like the Hardys and the Nemeths at that point on Wednesday? Or am I watching AEW where it's way more you know who you're getting on AEW, you're getting way more top stars, you're getting better wrestling. So I'm probably not switching if I'm one of those crossover fans. If I'm not a crossover fan and I'm just watching NXT and I don't know AEW exists or I don't watch AEW, then yeah, maybe I check out TNA because now here's another program for me to check out. And it's in the WWE universe, so to speak. If I'm AEW, I'm not super worried about TNA, honestly. Like they went up against NXT where people loved NXT, where NXT had a roster that people loved, and they smoked them for however many weeks. They lost like 2 weeks in viewership, 1 week, and the demo every other week they completely blew them out of the water. It's a marathon, not a sprint, though. So if I'm AEW, I'm not worried about 2025 Hardys, Nemeths, Moose, Trick Williams, all these people. I'm not really concerned about that. Not when I've already beaten when like Adam Cole was hot and the black and gold brand was certainly much hotter than this version of TNA is. But WWE, they don't care if TNA wins. If TNA wins, that's just great. They'll take that. They care if they can undercut the 700,000 that are watching AEW right now on TBS. We don't know the max numbers, but the 700,000 that are watching on TBS, if they can cut that to 600, if they can cut that to 500, if they can just slowly start cutting into that fan base, that's what they care about. They don't care if TNA does 300, but AEW does 600, AEW does 500. I don't care if TNA does 200, but AEW does 500. That's still 200 less than AEW was doing, and that's what they care about.
Yeah, and that's entirely true. Also, yes, they have the Hardys and Team 3D, but damn it, AEW still has Cope and Christian.
Yeah.
So I agree, by the way, with it's about undercutting. It's about needling the numbers. It's not about completely taking away. It's about undercutting whatever they can. Again, we've seen this with the way that they do the PLEs, how they're countering everything now, to the point where now it's such a big deal that they're doing a John Cena Brock Lesnar potentially PLE as as a distraction to a big event, to All Out. That is how WWE is seeing their competition rise. There's an extra piece of I don't know. If you're an NXT fan and you're watching TNA and you're a TNA fan and you're watching NXT, going from a Tuesday night show on NXT right into a Wednesday night show is better. There's a little more synergy there. So at least you get check out Tuesday, then go check out Wednesday show. They will maybe work together a little more, and you can see the little seeds that they're planting to have more integration on both sides, right? Instead of doing the triple threat at Emergence for the Knockouts title, they're doing it at Heatwave because they want to put a little more into it, and also because JC's going to win. But they want to at least have some sort of look at us, we're playing nice in the sandbox mentality. It's more it's the ownership stuff that is strange. It's smart in a scummy business way, but it's a very strange play if it's true. But nothing changes. Just money exchanges hands, and influence then moves towards the WWE side of things. Can I hit a couple of super chats? Do you want to make any points?
Tony
I
Khan.
was going to make one.
Oh,
Tony
go
Khan, Oh, I was just gonna say, I guess because again, this is all speculation. We don't know. Like nothing's been officially announced. But like, do you think there would be a scenario where if they did go to Wednesday, like that first TNA show on Wednesday, they'd have AJ Styles show up?
Yeah.
I think they would
there's
go
a
that
very
far.
real
Yeah,
scenario
100%.
of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would probably completely stack that Wednesday show. And AJ is the easiest name to use out of everything.
Remember when Raw and TNA went up head to head? What was the competition from Raw? What did they do? Remember, Jeremy?
Not really, no.
They put Brett and Sean in a ring together for the first time in however many years.
Okay.
That was that show. That was to go against the head-to-head TNA show.
Yeah, they didn't need to do all that. They were going to
They
smoke
didn't.
TNA on that night.
Because that TNA show also sucked from my recollection.
Yeah.
But like,
Now
but it was a big deal that they were going Monday.
That had the domed cage that Homicide got stuck in, and then Jeff Hardy appeared. That rules.
That's funny. Well, like the undercard was garbage. Anyway, it was. It's definitely likely that if they do it, they will absolutely load up that first week and give you as much nostalgia as they can. But that's the problem; it doesn't stick. This is the other side of the ratings coin. Is if people aren't invested in your product, people aren't going to keep investing their time. And if the show starts to go the way it's been, like they have a couple of good stories in TNA, but they also are they're lacking in certain ways. The Macklin storyline for the International Championship has been, I'm going to fight this guy and it's going to be a count out until we get to a no DQ match for my title. That's been Macklin's whole title reign so far as International Champion. You got I know we talked about Hometown Man, but like they're doing the same gimmick where if Sami Callihan doesn't win, he's going to retire. We just did that with Diener. So why are we rehashing the same stories month after month? And then you got the whole stuff with Santana and like, why didn't you crown him at Slammiversary? And people are going to be like, oh, well, look at what's going to happen at Bound for Glory. We're going to have all these people in there. No, you have all these people because you're doing a nostalgia play with Team 3D and the Hardys. People are going to see the Hardys. They're not going to see the crowning of Santana. And if you crown Santana at Bound for Glory, it's going to be story number 2 compared to whatever the Hardys and the Team 3D do. And that's just, again, if your creative is not satisfying as a long term, people aren't going to stick around to watch your show in the long term. That's what TNA has to deal with if they move to opposite Wednesdays with the AEW.
Bring in the Undertaker.
Oh God! Can you imagine?
They'll do it. Absolutely. He'll come in and like shake Mike Santana's hand and be like, "You're the big dog now. You got the same hairstyle as me. I love everything you do, Mike Santana. Except that you're one of them Puerto Rican guys." Anyway, Matthew Hook sends a super chat saying, WWE's acting way too desperate, kind of pathetic, not going to lie. But if it gets the money that they want and it gets the influence that they need, then they're going to do it. They're just going to do it.
It's desperate to people like us who we see it kind of for what it is, but we are also not their entire fan base. There's plenty of fans who see it as, yay, more WWE associated content that we can consume, that we care about. And now we don't have to watch the AEW content. Or if they don't know the AEW content exists, it's just more WWE content for us to consume.
The pushback has also been from certain fans that, AEW is also working with CMLL and New Japan and they have Ring of Honor. That's not monopolistic, is it? And it's not, because at the end of the day, AEW is not out here trying to acquire New Japan Pro Wrestling or CMLL, at least not as openly as WWE has done with their acquisitions. You haven't seen like a CMLL AEW true conversation of ownership. You've seen it discussed more as a partnership. That's different. MLW as well. Like there's just no one's trying to buy these companies, but WWE seems to be trying to buy these companies.
Tony Khan has a chance to do the funniest thing ever. If this matching rights thing is true, I don't know how much money Tony's just willing to burn to burn money, but Tony should just come to the table and be like, 20 million for TNA. You want it that bad? Match that offer, 20 million, and see if they're willing to just throw 20 million at TNA off of all of this.
TNA being worth 20 million is crazy.
if they don't match it, and then Tony just gets the company, Tony can do whatever he wants with the company. At that point, he'd probably just try to run it. Give me TNA, Tony. I got plenty of ideas. I can run
Honestly,
TNA.
Oh, here we go with Jeremy wanting a pencil.
Give him listen. Tony can come to the garden once a week. Our garden. We'll have Tony's garden set up where we'll talk about TNA. We'll plan it out, and then from there we'll execute. Lance can be on Observer with Brian Alvarez. We'll have Tony, and we'll do the TNA talk here, and we'll plan out the whole show. Zeno Hour mentioning is saying if you're a UFC fan from the Zuffa era, I would be more positive about a possible sale to Fertitta. So I'm not. I mean, people know I'm not a UFC fan. Mike, I'm curious, Zeno, what would I be interested in that purchase? What should be exciting to me? Because to me, the idea of Fertitta buying it and just saying, Carlos, you run it, it just feels like he's just doing it as like a middleman so that he doesn't get sued. Or so TKO doesn't get sued.
I think I was a fan of UFC during the Zuffa era. They did very well with a lot of things during that era when it came to production and promotion and just how things were handled. Like, there's no doubt that the Zuffa era saved UFC. It was dying cage fighting that no one wanted to really touch. And the Fertittas helped get it on pay-per-view. The Fertittas helped get Ultimate Fighter, which became a big thing. The production level just became top-notch with everything. And the Fertittas were involved with a lot of that. Dana White was also heavily involved with all of that. The Fertittas staked most of the money when it came to everything. Dana White was more the hands-on operation with everything. This is a different scenario to where how much money is Lorenzo going to pump in? Maybe he's going to pump a bunch of money into it. Maybe he's just like, sure, I'll pump. And in that case, you could do some good things. It's just much different in the sense that UFC, even though cage fighting was what it was back in the day, they were still the UFC and the known cage fighting brand in America during that time. TNA just has a bunch of history that people don't really care about, and they're the third brand where you already have one brand that has three brands running that are already looked at as better than TNA, and then you have another brand that's looked at as better than TNA. It's just much different than, hey, take TNA and boost them up to a certain level compared to take UFC, which is still a niche sport, but you at least have a foothold on the sport in America, and boost it up and build it. It's different scenarios. Can Lorenzo pump money into it and increase production values, increase the way things look, increase visibility, increase promotion? Yeah, he 100% can. And the network, getting a bigger network deal would be a huge part of that. But I don't think that Lorenzo buying this is really all that comparable to when they purchased the UFC. This is more comparable of... This is like when UFC purchased WEC. Like, that's kind of what this is. And for those who don't know that
World
story,
Extreme Cage Fight?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was thinking of Stab in the Dark.
Yeah. This is more comparable to that because WEC was kind of gaining some traction as they had the smaller weight guys. They had like the flyweights and the bantamweights and really good lightweight talent. They had some middleweight. They didn't do a ton of like heavyweight, light heavyweight. That's where UFC was bread and butter. Heavyweight fights, light heavyweight fights, middleweight fights, because that's when Liddell, Rampage, Anderson Silva, that's when all those guys were going to come up. But WEC had like guys like Uriah Faber and Jose Aldo when they were starting to really come up with everything. And they purchased WEC to put them on I think they put them on OLN at the time, which was Outdoor Life Network, which became, I don't know what the hell OLN ultimately became. I think TNA, I feel like TNA was on OLN at one point, but regardless, they were on Outdoor Life Network.
That was Pursuit.
Sure, Pursuit. All these guys. I'm muting Kimmy because her audio was so terrible.
Yeah, that was painful.
Yeah. It's nothing against you, Timmy. Your audio is just very bad. So they purchased WEC and just kind of use them as a secondary brand to like, hey, you want to see the lightweight shows here? Or you want to see the lighter weight fighters? Here's WEC. Go see them. And then WEC stopped having as much traction and motion because like, oh, we can just watch these guys. Then ultimately those guys just ended up coming to the UFC. Strikeforce tried. Strikeforce had a foothold for a little while in certain sections. Like they had good fighters. Elite XC was probably a bigger flop than Strikeforce. Strikeforce at least had some really good fighters that people were like, oh, these are UFC caliber fighters. Elite XC, they would do fights like Kimbo Slice, and they had Fedor, but they had like Fedor against like Brett Rogers and stuff. But other promotions tried to compete with UFC. It was never going to be the UFC. But I view this more akin to UFC buying WEC, not when the Fertittas purchased UFC and ended up boosting them up.
Is Kimmy's audio working yet? She's got to unmute herself to find out. She's not even trying.
Mute her? No,
Can she?
Okay, there.
I said, hold on. I'm sorry. Someone called me and then it all disconnected and then it went to shit.
Amazing.
And I was like, what is happening? I thought I was going to like leave and come back. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
It's okay. Are you going to be watching TNA now? Is that what their plan is? If it moves to Wednesdays, will you be watching?
No, I'm going to watch my friends on Dynamite.
Well, one of your friends is benched, so I don't know who else you can watch.
You don't have friends in NXT or TNA?
I do have one friend in NXT. It's Ren XT, by the way. Ren XT.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because she likes rennet like cheese. I get it.
I
What?
don't like you.
Yeah, well, you're
Fair.
here.
Fair.
You're right, I am here. Oh, I connected back to my AirPods. Let's fucking go. I fixed it.
Ironically, the other thing sounded better. Louis sent a super chat saying, "You're beautiful on the inside." Who's inside?
Is that to me?
I don't know.
Thank
It was a
you,
nice
I guess.
super chat. Thank you. Again, all super chats
Thank
for this
you.
week. It's all super chats today, as it's been all week, are going to benefit the Canadian Cancer Society and C4's Fighting Back event. So go ahead. We appreciate them because they're coming in and in and in and in. Ten Ruza sends a bunch, and of course, they're all about AEW. So I'll read them. Of course, I will. It says Saturday Collision and Wednesday Dynamite can't come soon enough. Well, soon enough, you'll be talking about Wednesday Dynam Impact.
Dyna
Get ready
Impact? That's
Dyna
horrible.
Impactamite.
That sounds like Vegemite.
Yeah, well, so does Dynam Impact.
That's trash. Don't call it that.
Tenriz is Aussie, so it's fine. They understand Vegemite. Vegem Impact. Impactamite. Collision's going to be fun this week. And it also says, still over here, hoping ROH becomes bigger and better. Listen,
I need the pencil for that to happen.
Jeremy needs to be in charge.
No.
That's the only way it works. Yep.
No. He
Yep.
wants Big Boom AJ to be the heavyweight champion. What are we talking about here?
I'm sorry that I want
not
a
like
lot of
money?
visibility and promotion for the company.
Hashtag Kimmy
But
hates
we
money.
have a roster.
Yeah, half of them
Big
get in
Boom,
after they win titles.
Big Boom rules.
No.
I'm getting way
You're
more
right.
eyes on the product with Big Boom.
Jeremy, it's fine. We
So
won't give
he
Big
could
Boom
like
the
be
title.
a guest host or something. Don't have him as the ROH champion. It's bad enough
Jeremy.
our champion doesn't even show up. Does
That's
anyone
fine.
remember last time Bandito has been on a Ring of Honor weekly episode?
Yeah, probably to talk about Hechicero and the match that they're having because Hechicero is always on the show.
I don't.
But well, here's an idea: instead of don't give it to Big Boom, give it to the Rizzler, the real star of the
Damn,
show.
these comments about Ring of Honor are killing.
I'd love to give the title to the Rizzler as well. Both of them.
No.
They should both hold the
Listen,
title.
And you know what? It should be.
No, how would that
Yes,
even
absolutely.
work?
And you know
How
what?
would it
Big
work?
Boom, Big Justice, and the Rizzler should be the
He
AEW
can be
Trios
Ring of Honor
champion.
World Champ at the same time.
Why not?
Give him the pencil. Absolutely.
Because that's like it would be like Cool holding the women's title all over
That
again.
ruled.
You know what? I've discovered the family's big enough. We can do this. You give the Rizzler the world championship. you give the tag titles to Rizzler and Big Justice because they're an up and coming young boys. You give the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles to Big Boom, Big Justice, and the Rizzler. You give the AEW Women's Television Championship, the TV title. You give it to the daughter. I forget her name. Was it Amanda?
I
don't know.
Whatever.
Mama Boom.
And Mama Boom wins she beats Athena and wins the Women's World Championship. She wins the Ring of Honor, and I'm telling you,
I like Athena I like Athena too much. I'm keeping the title on Athena.
But if you get rid of Athena, then she gets to go work Ring of AEW where she's supposed to be, apparently.
Yeah, but I'm keeping the title on Athena.
I'm giving you guys gold here.
I actually like Athena's.
And then Blake Christian is there, and he wins matches.
Yeah, he's winning all the time.
So Blake Christian is the only person that
they'll call him Big Boom Blake.
Blake,
part of the family.
That'll be the new Triple B. Screw Max and his Triple B.
They'll call him Vanilla Boom.
Vanilla Boom.
We booked the damn territory to the perfection. You will get you can fit so much SEO in this bad boy. You're gonna be flying. I'm telling you.
This is the worst creative I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, you know what? Go pitch it to Tony and watch him light up.
Well, maybe I would if Jeremy would have tweeted at Tony Khan to wish me a happy birthday.
Nah, that's no fun.
I would argue that Jericho wishing you a happy birthday is a better idea. You are his biggest fan, after all.
No, I'm not.
Well, my phone says otherwise.
Your phone's lying. You need better sources.
Yeah, my phone's pretty good at that. Tenriza has a super chat saying, hope to jack off a Forbidden Door. And Luchasaurus? Luchasaurov? Jackoffosaurus?
No, I mean, if Jungle Boy comes back, that's fine. But we need Jack Perry, not Jungle Boy.
That's right.
Jacking off in the jungle? That's the new segment.
Yes. Yeah.
Dinosaur jerk time. I'd book this in a heartbeat. That's such a great match, Dino Hour. I pop every time I'm listening to the song. I just hear that line. It's so good. These two don't understand what you're referencing, but I get you.
I know who Bob the Builder is.
Yeah, allegedly. He's dead, so.
Oh, I saw that. He's dead.
Yeah.
So was Patrick Starr. Apparently he drowned, I saw.
How can a star drown?
I don't think that can happen.
Yeah.
I saw it somewhere. I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm just saying
did you see it on Facebook?
No, I saw it on Instagram.
There's a musician friend of mine who has been posting AI art to promote her concerts, and I'm sitting there like, you understand how stupid this is? You understand how silly you look, but they don't get it. They just don't. It's awful. Anyway, are we ready to start winding down? We have to do some previews, don't we?
Do we?
I mean, Drew McIntyre is on the show on SmackDown.
Hey, that's what I commented this. I don't know if you guys saw it. Cena's doing a convention tomorrow in Chicago. So I'm a bet he's in Chicago, not SmackDown.
I mean, we've already established he's not promoted for Boston tonight, so probably not. Yeah. It's probably going to be Logan Paul comes out to John Cena's theme and does a whole troll job promo.
I don't know if Logan's going to be there, though.
He has something else to do.
He's getting married soon.
Oh.
Who is?
Yeah,
Logan Paul. Congratulations.
Oh, really? I thought he was already married for some reason.
Nah, they're just engaged and they've had a kid, but they're not married.
Doing it that way.
Yeah.
That's fine. You know what? As long as they're happy, that's all I care about. Yeah, Drew McIntyre is going to address his heinous attack on Cody Rhodes. Street Profits are going to take on DIY. Fraxium takes on Mello and Miz. Miz did his whole bit on the Rich Eisen show where he pretended he had a busted knee and then did the Seth Rollins thing. It was cute. We talked about it on Wednesday and we were like, he's probably just doing a bit. And he was. And yeah, Mello and Miz, I'm sure, is going to end with Miz turning on Mello or Mello turning on Miz. And God forbid if Mello's the bad guy, that's fine. But if Miz is the good guy coming out of this, we got problems. Alexa Bliss takes on Piper Niven in a match that I'm sure has one person in our chat salivating. Where you at, Alexa Bliss Gamer? There you are.
Right, Alexa Bliss Gamer just popped up just to mention. It was even before you started reading the rundown.
Good for them.
Yeah, rules.
And I'm sure, like I said, we'll see Logan Paul do that John Cena thing. If he does, you're welcome.
You heard it
I
here
don't know
first on In the Weeds, y'all.
I don't know if he's gonna.
That's true. And then, of course, AEW Collision. We've got a full slate of stuff. Should I read the Collision the results? That'll put butts in seats.
Oh, I read that article yesterday on Fightful.com.
Oh, look at you trying to cape for us.
Listen, I wanted to know if Daniel Garcia was involved in the decision, which, thankfully, he was not.
Oh, yeah, Nigel wins.
Fair. Wow.
Listen,
Also,
I
that
didn't
should
say
shock
Nigel
absolutely
wins.
nobody. Nigel is going to take on Danny Garcia.
Everyone knew Nigel was going to win when they saw this
Yes.
graphic. No one thought otherwise.
Brian Keith takes on Juice Robinson.
Juice wins. beats him with a super kick that you couldn't get at the dollar store.
What are we doing?
Run down the card.
But no, before Julia Hart, Chris Statlander, and Anna Jay compete for $100,000.
Chris Statlander wins.
God damn it. Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly take on Blake Christian and Shotty Lee Johnson. Unfortunately, Blake Christian and Shotty Lee Johnson do not win. That one we knew. Okay. That one should be obvious.
I won't say who wins that match.
Oh, that's the one that Jeremy's like, nope.
I refuse to lose. I refuse to acknowledge that match.
Ricochet and Ace Austin face off. Again, we talked about that at the top of the show. That match was announced earlier this afternoon.
Ace Austin gets a contract, but he does not win this match.
Jesus Christ. Let the record show this is not my level of hating. I'm not doing this. Moxley and Yuta versus Jet Speed.
Moxley wins.
Moxley.
Just Moxley. I'm predicting. I'm doing predictions.
You are not doing predictions.
I am. I don't know who wins these matches.
You might want to bet on Jeremy's predictions if anyone's betting on Collision.
And
you guys are making it into a bigger thing. These match results are very obvious. Like,
it's also true. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's what we got.
Is that the whole card?
That is there are some segments that were taped that we're not going to, talk about.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure there is. Are there any of the schedule? That's fine. It doesn't matter. Go watch the show on Saturday if you want. I mean,
please
unless
do.
you want spoilers, at which point just rewind 5 minutes.
Don't listen to Jeremy.
Jeremy, is there anything else? There's also.
I think you should listen to me. I've been right a lot lately. You could.
That's true.
You could
it might be
win
worthwhile.
some money if you listen to me.
Triple Mania is also this Saturday.
All the WWE talent win.
Pretty much. The Copa Bardal is back. Who's going to win that? Which WWE superstar is going to return for that one? Omos?
Oh, wasn't he discussed for AAA?
Pardon?
Wasn't Omos discussed for AAA at some point? Like, they were talking about bringing him in?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Give him anywhere but a main roster run, I guess.
Omos wins.
Omos should win the Copa Bardal.
Yeah, Omos
I'm fine with that. Yeah. Natty, Fabi Apache, and Flammer for the Reina de Reinas Championship.
Dom wins.
Dom wins. I think Natty wins. The low-key legend. Wearing that AAA championship.
Natty wins. The WWE talent wins.
El Macias versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. for the Latin American title. I think El Macias wins.
Wait, say that one again.
El Macias versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Dr. Wagner's kid.
Oh. Omos wins.
Omos? Makes sense.
Yeah.
Los Garzas versus Pagano and Psycho Clown for the World Tag Titles. It's a street fight.
The Garza wins.
Which Garza?
All of them.
The Humberto's Garza?
Yeah, the Garza.
The Judgment Day.
All of the Garza.
Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Raquel Rodriguez take on Mr. Iguana, Nino Hamburguesa, and Lola Vice. If you didn't know, she is a Latina. I believe that team is going to win the mixed trios match. Iguana, Hamburguesa, and Vice. Because...
Judgment Day wins.
Oh, no. They're losing because in the main event for the
Dom
Mega Championship, El Hijo de Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and El Grande Americano. Which one? You won't know until you watch.
Dom wins.
Because there are 3 El
Dom
Grandes Americano.
Dom wins.
Dom wins?
Dom.
I think Dom's going to win that title. Put that on TV every week.
Dom stacks them all.
Should we do an emergence rundown real quick? Emergence is
Okay.
tonight. Macklin versus something for the TNA International title. I think Macklin should win. This should be a really good match, by the way.
What show
No
are we
DQ.
previewing?
Emergence.
TNA Emergence.
No.
This is
Stop. Knock it off.
I wanted to see how far we could keep going with this.
Let's run around. Can we run down Death Before Dishonor? We had some matches.
That's next week.
No, we already
Stop it.
talked about it already. It's done. No, Jeremy, anything to plug before we get out of here?
Oh, me? Jeremy.
No, Jeremy.
I'm sorry, it cut out. I'm sorry.
Probably
sure it did.
not. Probably
Birthday
not.
girl, anything?
Thanks for having me on, and thanks for all the birthday wishes. If you're at Monster Mania, come to Sting's line and see me. And
There
Sting.
you go. And Sting. He does this, he does that, and he'll also let you wear his fake beard.
No, he won't let you do that. Don't listen to
Yes,
him.
he will. In fact,
That would actually be pretty sweet if he like removed it and then like you got to wear it. That's a
he
good
said,
bit.
you know what? Even send me $5, which I will donate to the Canadian Cancer Society, and your photo with Sting, and I will Photoshop Sting's beard on your face from whatever event you attend where Sting is there.
Don't do that either.
I'll be at C4 Wrestling tonight for Fighting Back. We're going to
Punch
tally
Joe
up the
Pearl in the
Superchats.
face.
If you punch me in the face, it's $10. If you want a photo with me,
That's a
it's 20.
deal.
I know. If you want a photo with me, it's 20. If you want an
Oh.
autograph, it's 5. All the proceeds will go to
What?
the Canadian
That
Cancer
pricing
Society.
doesn't even make sense.
Eh.
It makes sense if we're given to charity. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
that's a good deal. $10 to punch Joel in the face? Shit.
It's my moneymaker. Who needs it?
Yeah, exactly.
Who needs it? The Canadian Cancer Society. So go ahead. $10 to punch me in the... I can't believe I said this. Face. Kicking. No one's kicking me in the testicles.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy TNA because I won't have the money. That money will go towards the Canadian Cancer Society.
Oh, we should raise money to buy TNA. That's our goal for next week. Oh, why are more people here?
Come on, man. I want to go.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Timmy.
thank you.
Wait, you want to
Hi.
leave? You want to end your job, Joel? Jeremy, you're trying to
I-
leave.
I just do more work after I get done with this. So.
I was gonna go have lunch with my mom.
Oh,
Sean, can we buy TNA? Do you think we can have the funds for that?
at one point probably
Oh,
you could have.
Hey.
My cat is like harassing me right now.
oh boy.
Are you looking forward to bringing back the Wednesday Night Wars podcast?
No, that will not happen. That is not a thing that will exist in my
You
world.
sure?
I'll let you speak to the TNA people who push back on that one.
Yeah, that's just not gonna be a thing. I mean, listen, I won't be doing 2 shows at once again like that. Listen, if you want to run concurrently against me, that would be funny. But
If
We're gonna
I'm
put out
funny,
a
it's
yeah.
bad,
We'll
then
run
yeah.
we'll run the TNA post show on this channel, and you run the AEW post show on your channel, and then we'll do the viewership. And the next day we'll be like, well, we had a very competitive fight for the first week. As we always say, it is a
college football
marathon, not a
started, though.
sprint.
Just remember that.
It is a marathon, not a sprint.
Oh my god.
I can't
do.
win. I can't win.
Mr.
So-
Sean tell Jimmy Van to buy TNA. I don't think he would want to.
But if I get the pencil, I want to run it.
Oh,
I want
no.
the pencil to
No.
book the territory.
No,
Why do people keep telling me no? I'm about to
'cause
book
you'd be a
Cole's show
horrible
next week.
booker.
You know
Did you
what?
hear his
Compared to
ideas
what
for
they've
Ring of
got
Honor,
right now,
Sean?
hold on. Compared to what they're doing right now, pretty sure Jeremy
You know
would be
what?
a step up.
That's a fair point.
I would do great things. People just gotta see the vision here.
Well,
You
I can tell you
just
one thing: I
like-
wouldn't have a damn DQ in the main event every single week.
Low bar.
why not? What's wrong with Dairy Queen?
Wait.
Well, I would
We
okay.
should
actually
get
have
Dairy Queen to sponsor.
I would actually have Dairy Queen on the shows.
Sean,
I'm
Jeremy
glad
just
you
went
fed
on
up.
a 5-minute tangent. talking about how everyone in the Boom family should be a Ring of Honor champion.
That was me.
The
That's
Boom
a good idea,
family,
though.
like the
Yeah.
AJ.
Boom,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we went to
The
Costco the other day, and my wife did the quote. She was the double chocolate chunk cookie, but then she popped me because then she went chicken bake.
That's funny.
And I just want to say, like, overrated. The food, overrated.
Because Costco
Okay.
for the food.
Phenomenal cost, phenomenal
Yeah.
price for that stuff. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
But the food generally overrated.
Yeah. $1.50 for a hot dog. You ain't getting a gourmet hot dog. You're just getting a hot dog. You're getting fuel.
Listen, I don't know.
Yeah, those hot dogs are like
All right,
$2.
I'm leaving. Happy birthday, Kimmy.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. We can end our show now.
We should stick around for longer.
Nope. I got to go. Lunch
Maybe
is,
other people will pop on.
I don't think so. There's been no intention of
Wow.
that.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
I'm done.
Kill's
Jeremy,
done.
for Kimmy,
What? Oh.
you know who I am. You know who they are. Come find me at C4. We went through the price list. Yeah. Go pay money and I will do it just for you. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, enjoy your weekend. Watch wrestling or don't. I don't care. Just go have fun. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Ricochet.